Okay, so it's 3 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday morning now. That oh my god, I have a total headache. It's like um the night before where I couldn't sleep at all, and then when it has these nights after where it's just like I'm conked out, and Stella was conked out, like I was conked out, and but it was weird how like I would still there's a certain awareness that I have at night that I didn't never have before. I don't know what else to call it. It's weird. And so it's like I talk to myself when I'm gonna roll over. It's like it's more of a conversation now than it used to be, or something. I don't know. It's weird. So so anyways, we were all conked out, which is going really good so far with all the pet sitting. Like going in and pet sitting for somebody who has like a rescue amount of pets is a lot. But I was worked myself up to it too, because I was doing it for a couple of weeks. So now it just kind of feels like a routine. Or even yesterday I was like, man, am I forgetting something? I mean, this is pretty simple. It's like I don't really have much to do. And so anyways, but there's some like personality quirks and stuff. And like one of the dogs keeps looking for her, and I know he's sad. And he was my dog. He was the one I had when I got Stella. The two of them didn't get along, and he kept getting. He wasn't so much getting hurt. He was getting like stressed, and he has like a hiccup in his giddy up. And so I don't know if he just got some kind of hip problems, but he started chewing all of his fur off, and he got an infection, and it was so rough at the vet, and he was, oh, I couldn't stand it. And then they just put the dogs on steroids, but I knew he was stressed. So I asked my mom if she would take him, and I didn't know if it was going to be temporary. I didn't know, if I could mend this, but every time when we would come, Stella and Mickey would always still, I think Mickey just doesn't like big dogs. But he loved Winston. Winston was big, but I don't know what it is. And so he when I would come and visit, and he'd want to go with me, and I would always feel bad because it would be like, he'll be miserable. He's happy here. He's got all these little dogs he plays with. And so he would cry, but then there became the last time or the time before where he's just gotten kind of old. His little white face, he's so cute. And he's very attached to my mom. So, anyways, because there was a few times where I was like, well, I could go ahead and take Mickey now. And she's like, oh, no. So, and I'd be like, okay, well, he's better off there. He probably won't be happy, but he doesn't have any of those stressors. He walks kind of stiff, but it was a real flare up when he was with me and he was under stress. So, anyways, I thought, as he was with Stella since she was baby, she grew into herself, but he had also experienced Lucy, but Lucy also he was with when she was a puppy, but the way that they play and stuff, and he's just, any of the dogs, he was always like, if somebody tried to play with him, he would just look at me like, what the fuck, man? He would always get like, what are these creatures doing? He wasn't into it. But then when he comes with all these little ones, but I always had big dogs. He was my little dog that I was getting, like kind of like, what's his, Archie is. Well, Max he was my little dog first. And then, and I wasn't going to keep fostering, but there keeps being such a crisis. I even feel guilty about this, but it's like, I can't do more than 3. I can't. Like, this stretches myself already. It's like, no way. I couldn't do, I mean, some people, you can do 4 or 5. I see girls out there that are doing 7 and 8 dogs and shit. It's like, if you can do it and, be pleasant and be happy and stuff, then go for it. But to me, it's like, are you kidding me? That was one thing that was getting to me yesterday. It's like, somebody wants out, so you go let them out, you shut the door. You try and get all the goers to go at the same time. And then come in, somebody always shuttles over to the door. Oh, the door's open? Okay, I'm gonna go out. So you just have this like, it's like that kind of stuff. It is just as, I got other things to do besides stand here and be your doorman. Just drive me crazy with my door at the other place. I was constantly telling the dogs that. It's like, get up and everybody go right now. But at mine, they could push the door open. Even Archie, he figured out how. He just ran to it, slammed into it, so they could all open that door. Anyways, not the big door, but when it was warm outside, the screen door. Okay, just a second. Let me finish this because I am, so I was just really conked out. I was like conked out, even though I was talking to myself about moving or if I was comfortable or something. I'm having a conversation in my own brain about it. I still started whining because she wasn't comfortable. And it just threw me out of that. And every time I come out of that, in an unnatural, like I'm get shocked out of it, it always makes me feel so loopy. Makes me feel so out of it. But this one was really heavy and deep because I have a headache too. It was like, oh, God. I was, and I just want to go back to sleep. That'll be one thing that I won't be able to do. It's like there's just too many dog needs, cats and stuff. Like they just are disruptors. Okay, let me finish this real quick. I got my mom to the airport and everything went good and she's gotten there, which I'm glad that it wasn't a part of our storyline. Her plane would go down, because that's the thing, you just don't know, you know, what your storyline is really. And you know, and this is coming from somebody, because I don't know, we have all these different things what people express their gifts as or whatever, you know, and so many people just realizing what is a gift and not realizing like the things that they think are wrong with them are really gifts, and to really start shining them up. Stop hiding them, start bringing them out and shining them up. And so, you know, the weird shit that I did all the time when I was a kid, where people would be like, "God, you're so weird," and stuff. Well, then you start finding out, oh, this is a gift. This is being able to be psychic. This is being able to be a medium or whatever. Like, we have all these labels, which a label always brings up a concept or an idea, but you can't say one thing and everybody's going to get the same thing. That's the thing. We're all unique and individual. So we all have, you know, you say one thing and we all pop a different thing in our head. And so anyways, let me think what I was about to say. Oh yeah. So one thing with me is, I don't know what it is or how it works or whatever, but I can just look into things. I can just look in and see things, and but it isn't like I can look in and see what all's gonna happen to, I don't know, like where all these people are always predicting. Like, I can tell you something's gonna happen. I can tell you it's gonna get way better after it happens, but it's not gonna be immediate. There's gonna be a lot that's gonna go on for a while, but it's all gonna get better. But the things that are gonna go on is because of the change. The change is gonna cause a lot of stuff to happen in people. Is going to bring up a lot of stuff because that's what it's meant to do. That's why we're here. But but that's what's going to happen when they see the truth, and the truth is coming. I mean, it's leaking out. It's been leaking out for years, leaking out all over the place. And there was a confirmation in there, in case you didn't notice. And then, so I can see, you know, like a broader kind of thing, but you have all these people like, oh, well, on this date at this time this is gonna happen, and we're gonna have this, and there's gonna be an earthquake over here, like, and I don't know what everybody else's communication is. So I can't say they're absolutely wrong. How, you know, all I know is for me, what I'm shown, how I see And I don't know, to me, when I'm like, you know, like want to know an exact thing, then, okay, yeah. Because, okay, so knowing the exact thing, see, then you don't work out. The workout is the practice, practicing to trust, practicing not to fear. So there's parts of you that develop by the not knowing. And so there's things that, you know, you're not shown, to me, every little thing, because it kind of defeats the purpose of being here. And another thing too is what I was told before is like if you're shown ahead, and I'm still not coughing, even though I'm clearing my throat 2,000 times. I'm not doing it all day long. It's just because I'm talking. And I don't know if it's just because it's morning, because I don't talk that much the rest of the day. I talk to the dogs, but I don't sit here yappity yap. So, so the, so the, so anyways, they wouldn't show, they said, when I said, you know, about seeing stuff, and they said that they wouldn't show things like that because then your whole focus that day would be trying to stop it. You would be trying to control it. So if they said, well, you know, if I use a bad one, of course you're going to try and use it, but it could be anything, you know, it could be, you know, later today, your baby's going to fall off. And what's so crazy too is they will give you signs if that's a part of your thing, working your way up to it to see, are you listening to the signs? Because that's could be a part of what you're doing here. Everybody's got different things that's going on. But so they could be giving you signs. They could be telling you something, and they're trying to get you to practice to listen. We all are like in different practices. It's like some people are on the weights, some people are on the machines, some people are on the mats. It's like everybody's working on different things. And so but to me, they said that if we told you, you know, like later today you're going to get in a fight with Jane, and you would do everything to not fight with Jane. You would try and stop it. You wouldn't let things play out the way they're supposed to play out. And then you'd put all this energy trying to change it, which would be bad to change the things when something like you're on the ride and it has a set ride, the transit, everything that's supposed to happen in your life, and then you're trying to control it. And so think of you being on a ride, and then you're like, well, I don't want to do that turn. You're going to get out and you're going to mess up the track. And not only mess up the track, which would be your lessons, but it also, the interference, but the energy that you exert over something that is pointless. So there's a lot of different things you can be learning, you know, when you're not aware of some of this stuff. But anyways, to me, they don't show every little detail of stuff, but it's like, kind of, I feel like it, when I hear the remote viewers talk, that's what I feel like it's more like. And that's why, to me, it's more like what I would think of as a seer. With things that they've told me is, because it was seer and prophet, and there's two words. There's one, an because one, it came into my mind, and it kept going and going and going and going and going. It was like, oh my God, I'm gonna go look it up. And it was a prophet or a seer. And then the, I don't know, however long it was again, this other word kept coming and coming and coming. And so I went and looked it up, which I thought this was very interesting, because it was somebody who it is like opens a portal. And so I was like, oh, it's like everything that you tell someone new is you're opening a portal in their mind. It's opening their mind. And so it is like creating portals. And I was like, that is so interesting. What was it called? Like an Oculus, I think. It was Oculus. And the other one was it's almost the same, so it messes me up. But Anyways, I think I said it a few weeks ago or a few months ago or whenever it was, because it kept telling me and telling me. So I went and looked that one up, and that one was a seer or a prophet. But anyways, but that's what it seems like more to me. It's like just being able to look deeper. Well, to me, how it happens is a gift or something. But we're all here with these certain things. But so the things that happen in life can promote that. So you could be, as a kid, you're fearful over something happens and it scares you. So then you start looking deeper. You start paying more attention. You're watching things. You're listening. You can hear the other room, what they're talking about and stuff. See, that's some stuff that other people can't do. But people, when it happens, they're doing it out of fear or terror or whatever. So they don't realize, oh, this is a gift, man. I fucking just pulled it in. And so I can read people's emotions. I can read the room when I go in. I can hear people talking in the other room and stuff like that. It's like an acuteness, an acute ability that you maintain or create or retain for your abilities of your awareness. It's what you can pull in your awareness. And so that's why I always say, like when, I don't know, it was a couple of years ago when I was like saying about being psychic. And I said, but how, because, I mean, that's what I would be considered as being psychic, because I can see things before they happen. But I said, to me, it's more of an awareness. It's more of pay attention to stuff that some people don't pay attention to, and it's awareness. And so, which you develop over trauma and stuff that happens to you. So anyways, that's how I see it. A seer is somebody who's paying attention to something and looking deeper into it where other people aren't, but everybody can. Everybody can look in deeper and go in. And it's just like I can look at like my brother. Like I can look at that situation and I can see into it. And it's weird, is like I can see it, and it's almost like I'm seeing through the people. Like I'm seeing through them into their world. And I can pick up on different dynamics and stuff. And but anyways, I just had some confirmation on some stuff. So I was like, fuck, man. I mean, I get confirmation all the time. And like I always know stuff before. But I would say that is where it comes from. Well, I don't know in past lives, because like I said, I think, I've had these abilities before. But in this one, the things that was going to drive them to come on, so I would start using them. When I've been using them, I had no idea. Like I've said a zillion times, I thought we were all living the same way for a long time. I had no idea that we were all like living in different realities. We all had different states of awareness. Our consciousness were all in. I had no awareness that all these people were like brainwashed. They were all like contained in a flock of one mind, being held by these oligarchs, whatever you want to fucking, these aristocrats, these vamps, whatever the fuck. Somebody's containing and controlling all of these minds and psyches. And I can see it. I can see it so clearly now. I can see like what they're doing and how it affects the people. And I can see in the people how it's their own weaknesses. It's their own biases. Like this is all stuff people can fix. Like you can fix it yourself. Nobody needs to step in. You don't need to pay anybody with a prescription pad to fix it for you. None of that. You can fix everything yourself. But that's one of the distractions that they create in people to make them weak, so they think that they can't do this, they can't do that. And people are so busy chasing somebody else's dream and chasing this ideal, this created avatar that they're creating, that they are lost in what's real. And there's more going now at this surgery. This BLEF surgery is really brought up a lot, because there's all sorts of people talking about this now. And so one of the things which I have said before, but so of course I think it's a good point. Is this guy saying, what was it? Now I'm getting a merge of like, wait, did he say that or did they say that? So I'll just say the things. I don't know who said them. But that all the people are starting to look alike. Why are we doing things to try and look alike? There's already people saying that I think that they're going to make a switch. You know, all these girls are going in and cut so their eyes are all looking like, which after I had seen that, then I was watching this old movie and Jennifer Grey came on. And I was like, yeah, it is so much like, the things that make your face special or unique, when you cut them off, all of a sudden you start looking generic. So yeah, you're pretty, you know, you were pretty before, but you had something special. You had something unique about you that made you stand out. You were that's what you look like. And then they start chopping it away and trying to, you know, look prettier. And then they look more generic. And then, of course, Renee Zellweger was another one of the people that they talk about, too, because she did that. And everybody was like, oh, my God, she looks so different. Jennifer Grey, Renee Zellweger, I don't even know who all. There's more, but those two, you know, when people start talking about, like, they have these, you know, unique, pretty faces, and then they cut it, and then they look generic. They don't look like them, you know. It's kind of like you're not that interesting anymore. We're like very unique looking, and you know that and we're more drawn to that. That's why I've said a long time is when people find people, like you've got something weird with your face or whatever, and you find people staring, don't feel like, oh, I'm so hideous. No, you need to feel like, oh, I'm so interesting. I'm interesting to look at. People like to gaze at me. It's interesting. Their eyes and their mind is trying to, you know, put it all together, figure it out. It's like something, and otherwise, you know, you just look around and you see nothing interesting. It's generic. You just like, oh, everybody just kind of looks the same. And then something catches your eye and it's like, oh, that's interesting. So it's not like people are staring out of being rude or hateful. It's more of, you're just interesting looking. But a lot of people who are interesting looking or unique looking or have their own special effects that they want to look generic. But now we're seeing in society, it's like, you know, don't try and look generic. That's what they're trying to do too. Like create these anime character, like all these ladies, like somebody was showing, oh, another one is, I think she was, if she still is, I'm not sure, but she was, I think, married to Seth Rogen. And it's, you're Linda Mum or something. I've seen her in movies, but I can't think of her name. And I don't even know if she's still married to him. I don't even know if she was, but there's some connection or something. But anyways, she also did some surgery. The people were saying like, oh my gosh, she changed her face. And, but somebody did a video showing all these different actresses and that all got this surgery, and they do. It's like they just look like the same face. It's like when you're looking at the before, they look like one thing, they look like who they are, and then you go to the after, and it's like everybody's after almost matches. It's like, that is so crazy. And so anyways, this girl was saying that she thinks now it's going to go, because it's gone this extreme, you know, and all these people are getting this generic looking eye. Which another thing too is like, how is this going to affect them as they age? Like, is this going to, there's always a consequence. So is this going to be like they remove something that you need, and so then as you age, like, is this going to fall down and cover their eye, and then they have to go get that clipped, and then their eyebrows are going to be like down here? And so this person's saying they think everybody's eyebrows are going to go lower, that people are going to start having a sleepier look. People are going to start probably trying to get injections to get that sleepier look, because now we're gone from this wide-eyed, like, where everybody's getting their eyes, like, done, getting their eyebrows done, getting all this stuff, getting their skin cut off of their eyes. So, anyways, it's, but I think also, when we get to the med bed, see, this is where this whole wrench is going to be thrown in things, because before, how things went is how things aren't going to be going the same anymore. And so when we get to the med beds, and people will be able to go back, you know, to their old face, and the things that were cut off of you will grow back, and so the things that are artificial will come out of you. Which I have one tattoo. I was like, I don't know what the hell. If it's a bite, it seems like, because I've seen other people talking about these, the tattooing is causing these like infections or these allergies. So I've got one especially where it's like, oh my gosh, I just want all these toxins out of me at this point. It's just like, and it's so weird because I think this is all not real. But then, like I said, it's like you get this shit and it affects you. And I don't know if that's my own inability to pull free from the flesh and blood concept or what. But anyway, so I've got this one that has this like sore looking thing, and it just doesn't go away. Now, I'm not going to go talk to them about it. They'll just start cutting shit off of you. So what's at least Dr. Frankenstein's want to do is just cut you apart, and then write an article about it and have all their friends say, wow, you're so smart. So fuck all those fucking egotistical, greedy motherfuckers. Yeah, you can figure, and your body is going to heal if it's supposed to heal. If it's not meant to heal and you're meant to go, take the road and go. You know, that's your path out of here. So let me think what I was saying. So cause I feel like I'm talking about a couple of different things now. So it's like, wait, am I going to go back to that part or that part or that part? So the earthquake. So okay, so anyways, on the seeing thing, let's wrap that one up. So on the seeing thing, to me, it is having an awareness and looking deeper into things and paying attention to things that people don't. So once you start doing that, I think you'll just automatically start seeing it, because I've been able to see it for a long time, and I just can see into stuff. It just is weird, because it's just like my vision just shifts. And it used to be like a long time ago, you know, with my kids and stuff, you know, be, oh, this, you know, we're going to do this. And right away I could see and be like, oh, don't do that. But see, that's an interference. As an email, you've got to go through your process and stuff. You're not supposed to, like, that's a whole entanglement. That's a whole lesson thing. And so when you're telling somebody, oh, don't do that, that's just like what I was saying, where the universe is not going to tell you, because then that's what it's like. You're going to go in and try and stop it. You don't want to fight with Jane. You don't want that, but that experience needs to happen. It's why a huge part of your healing, her healing, and why you're here. And that's one thing is like this sticky stuff brings deep stuff up. Like my daughter and I were having another talk, because there's this weird thing going on, this really weird thing going on. And so now I'm like, man, is this like, do we have a stalking situation? Like what is going on? Like this is strange. Because, you know, to not talk to somebody for months, be talking to this one person, and this person sends emails and says, don't talk to this person, and then you haven't talked to this other person for months, and suddenly, the next day, they say, hey, what's up? I was like, okay, are you reading these? Like, what? Is this a test? Test 1, 2, 3? Am I going to acknowledge it? It's like, this is weird. I don't want to be caught in some weird ass drama thing. It's like, you know, I don't want to be played. And it's like this happens so many times throughout. But I kept thinking, oh, it must be just this psychic connection, because this is where I have been, you know, because I go off on this stuff, because I know that we do have these things. And it's just like all the stuff that my daughter said in the letter, I already heard it, but I tuned in, I tapped in, I was listening. I could see, I could understand where she was coming from before she ever told me. Because I could see, and I would talk to her with telepathy. I would tell her how I felt and stuff. I asked her the other day if she was aware of that. And she said she wasn't, but I said, well, how do you think I knew all that stuff though? And but I also know stuff all the time. But telling somebody not to do something, see, pulls them away from their own lessons. So that you don't want to, be out there saving everybody from their lessons. I'm psychic, I'll save you. It's like you're just entangling yourself in all their shit, because there's all these things that are supposed to work out. Now you're trying to stop it because you know better than the universe. You know more. It's like this shit was already planned out. Now you're over here interfering. And so it can be challenging to be somebody who can see, and then you just got to be like, well, watch it play. But you can also see, like, in the, gives you the perspective of what it would be like as the watchers, because they know what's going to happen. Like, they'll throw you little bones sometimes, like, don't forget your umbrella. And so you will, they know what's going to happen, but they got to sit back and just watch it happen. And they know that we're going to sit there and cry. Some people are going to take themselves out. Like, when we go through a crisis and pain, we reach low, we go down, and that they know, like, they've got to watch that. But they also can see the full circle. They can see further. They can see, it doesn't stay there, and the benefits there. And there's a whole thing, of turning things around. But a lot of people get stuck in their pain and they don't know how to get out of it. But you got to keep moving through it. You don't stop. You just keep going. Try something different every day. Processing through your pain and looking at things, thinking about things. Don't hide from it. You don't ever want to hide from it. And that is one of the problems they created here, is so many people doing drugs and drinking when they got a problem. And really, you need to face it, because it doesn't go away. You need to face it so you can let it go. But so many people hide from stuff. So, and there's other ways to hide. Is you can hide through drama. There's people who just create dramas all the time so they don't have to pay attention to what's going on in their own life. There's all sorts of ways. But yeah, you want to go head on into yours. So when you have the seer, so like when they can't, like, they wouldn't tell us, because we would spend our time trying to, make sure we didn't fight with Jane, make sure that we are in control and stuff, instead of letting things play out and getting the lessons and getting what was going to be brought up. Because there was some stuff being brought up with my daughter yesterday, and she'd been working on this for months, and she was just deep wound crying, and I was like, you got to feel this stuff. You got to let it come up and come out, because that's why all this stuff is happening. The interactions, the conflicts and stuff are to promote these painful things to come out. And I keep trying to remind her that this is past life stuff. Like, people think, like, they don't think outside of the box of this life. They think everything has to do with this life. No. And what is so crazy cool about it is this one is structured to bring up past pain. And I believe that there's a lot of players that are in our orbit that is, but we just played different roles. But these past players that come in, that they promote this stuff, but it's like the same player, but it was a different situation. And so it's like the universe knows how to bring up this pain that was held by going in this situation. It's like, it's so perfect. And so, and not acknowledging that and not taking your lessons and stuff is, it's a disservice to yourself. It's like not even acknowledging yourself in, why you're here and stuff. So it's like a disservice. It's like in your own ignorance, in ignoring something that is beneficial to you is your own weakness. And so, everything about your spiritual side expanding is what's important here. And getting more in touch with that side of life, the real side, the important side, the part that matters, and all this superficial shit that they keep you running around focused on. but focus on the inner depths to self, and the the deeper the deeper sense. And I see it as like the connections, but the inner workings of relationships. People are so on the surface and they're so in their own wounds. But when you go in deeper, when you can heal your wounds and you go in deeper into the inner makings of the relationships, then you can get more out of it. But people, they just, as soon as somebody hurts their feelings, they go get drunk, go do drugs, go talk to everybody and tell everybody what an asshole you are or whatever. They don't go and sit and meditate and reflect on what they said. Even though, a lot of people, they'll try and go to sleep then, and their brain slows down, that it starts communicating to them and it starts telling them, and then they're like, I can't even sleep, man. I can't sleep. I just keep thinking about whatever. I keep thinking about what they said to me and stuff. It's because your universe is trying to get you to fucking release this shit. They're trying to get you, so yeah, it's going to come at you when you're trying to relax. I mean, they're trying to the whole time, but if you're drinking, drugging, creating drama or something like that, then they can only do so much. But then when you go into the quiet, yeah, your guides or your higher self or your ancestors, all the people who are on your team and stuff, they're going to try and communicate to you, to get through to you. So, and that's when you are in a brainwave that you can hear them or see them or whatever. That's why they can go in dreams and stuff. So you, and then the people can't sleep, and then they get all stressed out and strung out. But it's like, you just got to face whatever it is. And you got to face it in a way that is beneficial to yourself. Blaming others for how you feel is not beneficial to you. So you have to go in and face what it is. So that is where, you go into a point of reflection. You go into a meditation. You slow down your mind and you ask it questions. You try and see deeper into your own soul, into your own self. And so there's a benefit, because then you release things, you let go of things, and you got a lot of lives, a lot of bullshit to let go of. There's a lot of, you can just see it around us. Like people dying with unfinished business, people dying in the middle of dramas and stuff. That doesn't disappear. You just take it with you, and then you start, as soon as you get into your life review and you start seeing how you affect other people, you want to do it different. And I know a lot of people feel trapped, but I feel like it's a really strong thing to the soul of wanting to fix things. I mean, we're surrounded with ancestors and shit that stick to us because they want to fix the shit they did hundreds of years ago and shit. So, or anything that affects us. Like, I don't even know in this space of time how that is even managed or whatever. Like, I don't know what is linear and what isn't. Like, to me, with the stuff that I have seen and learned and stuff, I feel like we're in a 150-year pocket, but that could also, in the bigger scheme of things, could also be, just, it's not its own age. Like, there's more to this age. So there was other pockets of time, but they've done these resets, and so there's other periods of time, but they just aren't all connected. Like how they try and, I don't know, mislead us into trying to put it all together. It's like, you can't put it all together. So you're just wasting energy trying. It's more so many things, yeah, we just waste energy trying to fix something that it's not fixable, trying to create a day that isn't meant to happen, trying to create a love story that's not meant to happen. Like, like I've had this strong connection with this person, but I can't force that. To me, it's real when they acknowledge it. Then it's real because it's real to both of us. If it's just real to one of us, well, why go with that? Then I'm a psycho. So once it's real to both of us, then it's real. Until then, it's just waiting to see what's real, what's not real. But trying to force things and trying to make things happen is what I believe is the opposite of what we're here to do. I believe we're here to figure out how to go with the flow, to allow things happen, because that's like a higher level, to relax and to be aware that the spiritual journey is playing out. It's playing out for you. And for you to go in and try and control it shows that you are disconnected from your own soul. And I'm being, you know, I mean, there's testing always going on. So I can sit here and say a lot of things, but I'm definitely going through that thing, you know, because in my situation, you have all the 3D people of like, well, this is what you need to save some money, you need to be looking, where are you going to go, what are you going to do, how are you going to pay this, how are you going to get it, and all that stuff. And to me, it's like, well, no, there's chains into this three-dimensional world that I'm not willing to enter. And so, you know, when the corporation is saying no pet policy to move into all their places and they own everything, well, I'm not going to do that. The shelters are overrun. They're just killing these dogs, thousands of dogs a day. And it's not just puppy mill. Like, that's the big thing where the rescues are, oh, shut down the puppy mills. But there's more to it. It's like, are you guys not paying attention? This is what I'm saying. Like, they're awake to this, but they're not awake to this. That the corporations have bought everything and they've put restrictions. They won't let people take pets anywhere. I see video after video after video of people losing their home. And it's from all different reasons. It's, fuck, some apartments sell the apartment building, and then the people decide that who bought it, then they're going to raise the rent $1,000, and there's no pets. Then the people try and leave to go find a place, and then there's no place that will allow pets. And so, and then they have a whole thing where you can get the little letter thing, but I don't even know how that's going, because apparently you need one for every single pet. And you can't just have one overall, like, oh, she needs pets, it's good for her. No, you got to have a reason medically why you need these pets. And so, so that's an issue. I have 3. And so I have 3 calming pets. I have 3 pets that I need to calm me. Well, no, Stella needs this one to calm him, and that one needs that one to calm him. So it's like we all need each other. And but they don't acknowledge that. They don't care about that. They just want to control us. I mean, in Colorado, they're passing this thing, calling it a law, even though it's an ordinance. So anybody in Colorado, you can stand up to this shit. You gotta know your rights. But that they've decided you're only allowed 4 pets. You can't motherfucking tell us. These motherfuckers, they'll tell us shit until we say no. Tell you how many goddamn pets you can have. Fuck off. I am so sick of their fucking bullshit. And I'm seeing so many more people saying the same shit. Like, people are fucking fed up. I'm not paying my taxes. I'm not paying this shit. I'm done. I'm fucking done supporting these motherfuckers, these perverts and all this shit. So many more people. It's gonna collapse. They're pushing us so hard to collapse it. And so it's gonna collapse. It's fucking bullshit. But it's good for us for it to collapse, even though, you know, so many, the people who are trying to hold it together are in deep fear, like, oh my God, it's going to collapse. And it's like, but it is broken. We want this to collapse. We want something new. And we are the creators. We're going to create something new. But yeah, this has got to go. This is no way to live, man. And so, you know, and I don't know how it's going to play out. Like I've said, to me, the universe will open a door. I don't have to go pounding on doors. I don't have to live my time in desperation, looking and thinking that they don't know what they're doing. I'll figure it out. I'll find a place to go. And it's like, then you're going to have lessons there. And when you just relax and let it come to you, it's totally different lessons. When you are trying to force it and make things happen, your lessons are gonna be different. Things are gonna go fucking south. Things aren't gonna work. Things are gonna fall apart all the time. If you're trying to force relationships, like these girls burning candles to get this guy because they really like him, well, you're gonna get together with him, you're gonna see like he's horrible. He stinks. He's something. There'll be something where it's like, oh, this isn't what I thought, because you made the plan before you came here. All these distractions are you in your own way. because the plan was made. You were a part of it, and you came on this little ride, and you knew all the things that were going to happen. And then you get, and they're like, well, should have already happened. I guess it's not gonna. I don't know. This spiritual shit is a bunch of bullshit. Like, no, it's you, and your test is gonna push you past that point. Always, always. And what is a test if it's not to see your bring you to a challenge? What is it then? What's the point? So the things that you think that you can handle is going to push you past that. And so the bug. There's so many things I feel like I'm trying to talk about right now. I feel like I'm juggling. So there's no point of trying to push doors open, trying to force yourself on people and stuff. It's pointless. It's gonna play. There's already a thing that's playing out. And so, like, if I just sat here each day trying to force something, say I did go find a place and it's like, oh, they'd take pets. So then I go and I talk to them and I try and get in the place. But then, the next week, a different place comes. And then I've got a confusion. Oh, well, wait, should I take this one or should I take that one? Well, this one came right to me. This one I had to go out and knock on doors, but I'm making sure things happen. Well, I say that the one that's coming to you is the one that's meant for you. Everything else you're trying to force, you are forcing, you'll have lessons associated with it because it's a lower vibration, something you're trying to make happen instead of let things happen the way they're meant to naturally happen. And you have lessons in learning to trust your own higher self, why you're here, what you're doing here, and that you can't be hurt and everything's going to be fine. You have to get into that peace of mind. And so life gives you opportunities to do it, but people go at it in this opposite kind of way. But that's because we're in the upside down. When things flip, things are going to start going a lot more streamlined, but people are going to be stumbling. It's going to feel good, but they're going to be stumbling because they're going to start realizing how disconnected they are from themselves. And that's going to be that existential crisis where people are going to, but there's a lot of people who've been connecting. And so that will be the lead, that will be the role models for the other people so that they can figure out how to put themselves back together. Because there's going to be, when this awakening part happens, because the other was like the slower, this one's going to be a lot more abrupt. So it's going to be like a shock, and it's going to be like people will, it's like this shock where people are like, wait, what? And then some people are like, oh, so upset because look at what happened, I told you. And then some people are just like, wait a minute, it was supposed to do something different. Like, wait, what's happening here? So it's going to be like these different types of confusion, but then it's going to be quick too. It's like a deja vu kind of thing. It's like when you're talking to someone and you're telling the story and all of a sudden you find your foot in your mouth. Oh, which was one I wanted to say because there was something that I wanted to be more clear about. And sometimes you're just clarifying to yourself when you're out here talking and stuff, and all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, I said that and then I said that. Yeah, that's weird. And so I want to say something more clearly about, but what was I going to say? So whatever, now I've got this on my mind. Okay, so this video was what brought it up, was, well, the needing to bring back the lip flap thing, like that. I just think that's so strange because I do feel like it goes a lot more streamlined as it ages. Like the other's a little sloppy. Now it goes a little streamlined. So I prefer the aged. And there's so many people who they get so down on themselves for aging. And this girl, and like that, like they got to go in and get back to there's a young, I don't know, it's so strange, but so this woman I saw yesterday, she was doing one of these filters, like the teen filter, and this lady had on the giant eyelashes too. So then her teen had on the giant eyelashes, and all these things do is like they like reshape your face, kind of like they wipe off all the things, they just pull everything. So it's still very generic looking. Like everybody makes these like really cute teens. It's like we weren't all cute teens. Just because AI says we are doesn't mean we were. And so and these people get all emotional and nostalgic about this thing, and so she's like crying over it. I've seen a lot of these, so it's like not just her, I've seen a lot of these things. And then so I was thinking, it's so sad, you know, all these women who are aging, who are just crying over, you know, I'm no longer a teenager, and they're so sad, and they're falling apart. They don't have any worth anymore. There's an old lady. It's like you're going into your best time, and you got to ride it. Don't hide from it. And so many of them, it's just because they feel bad about themselves. They've gained weight. They've got wrinkles, which wrinkles are stress too. It has to do with the stress and then just not dealing with it. It becomes a part of your reflection. And so you go in and deal with it, and you'll start relaxing those muscles, that tension and stuff, start pulling those lines back out. And so there's a lot of women who need to just give themselves time and give themselves some mercy, man. But so they get really stuck on not liking the new version of themselves, the older version, and this thing, I think it's a part of our societal thing of like teens are best, teen girls, teen boys, I like them. Like all these pervs just keep coming out of the woodwork too, and they're all a bunch of fucking pervs. Some, like if you like teens, thank God that you're not on the toddlers, like you fucking weirdos. So so anyways, I see this all the time. But where I wanted to clarify was because when I was talking about, you know, resetting my brain on my body, then and I said I was going back to teen time, and I was going back to this younger version. I was saying like high school is now like when I was visioning myself, it was certain things about my body, you know, like back when my stomach was flatter or something like that. That has been the thing mostly, because I have got so much scar tissue, like right here where they took out my gallbladder. I can see like, man, there's a hole there now. Like you can see like there's something missing. And I do get these pains there where I think it is that what is that called when you get your limb cut off and then you keep having pain there. And so I have the same thing down where they removed my uterus and stuff. It is like this phantom pain. That's what it is, this phantom pain. And so anyways, so when I'm going back and I'm looking at this period of time, it is because I had kids when I was 20. So I was young. So when I'm looking at like, you know, when I was 19, when I was walking to hair school all the time. No, I was 18. Man, there's a lot I did in this couple of years, man. And so I was walking all the time to hair school. I was in such good shape. And when I was thinking about the walking, and I was thinking all of a sudden I saw me walking with my friend Kayla, and we walked all over the place. And then I was thinking, well, that was high school, but wait a minute. And then I started thinking like, oh, I was younger there. So anyways, I wasn't trying to be like, oh, well, teens have the best bodies. That's what I want to go back to. I was like, no, I liked my body before I had kids. Like after that, and stretching my stomach out. So I'm trying to get back, especially with the scoliosis, I'm trying to get back to a stronger torso, a stronger core, because after all the surgeries, the scoliosis was weak. I was falling and shit all the time. So anyways, I just wanted to clarify that. I wasn't, oh my God, my teen body was the best. No, I can see, I mean, there was some times where I looked good, you know, after, you know, losing weight from the kids, but I'm not going to go back to, well, that one time on the beach. Yeah, I looked real good. I'm going to get back to that. I mean, you can pick whatever you want. and get back to it. And then I would have to be like, what was I doing then? Well, I was going to the gym every fucking night after work, and I was stressed too. And that also, that can have something to do, like, I'm not stressed or anything. I'm not eating or not eating from stress. So it's very different. It's certain times. That's why I said you got to look at what you were doing that was working. And to me, when I look back and I think about when I was happy with inside my body of how it felt, that doesn't mean like I was going around confident, like, hell yeah. It was, because I was super duper insecure back then. But now, after going through all these different stages of my body, when I look back, it was like, that's when I was in my best shape. That's when I felt just in my best shape. And I felt, so that's what I wanted to get back to, feeling like in good shape, feeling, I don't know, it's not just like feeling strong. I feel strong, but it's also this limber. It was like like the same thing with a kid where, you could jump up on the monkey bars and start going, and, go stand around in a crowd with a bunch of people in their 60s and 70s and say, hey, let's go on the monkey bars. And, yeah, that's funny. I don't even think I can move. That's why it's like, I want to get back to being able to, like, hey, let's go jump on the monkey bars. And they could do it, is keeping yourself. But that's the thing, is if you keep yourself young the whole time, that thing about young in your mind is the thing, when you keep yourself young the whole time, then you you don't stop. Like I've said, there's at some point people stop. Like, they used to be active, they used to work out, they used to do this or that, which I passed the gym yesterday. Like, I'm way out here, and I had went to return that swimsuit, and so I had to go drop it off at the thing, and when I was driving back, I was like, oh my God, there's a gym right here, way out here like this. I was like, man, that is just so crazy. You're out here in the forest, you're out here by the lake and stuff. There's all these things you could do around your yard. Like, these people have bigger yards. They don't just have yards, they have acres and stuff. It's like, you have all this stuff that you could do, but you don't do that. You go to the gym, which to me is like the same kind of thing as like the medical. Like, we don't take care of ourselves. We go and ask somebody else what we should do, how we should do it. And so, I don't know. It just is kind of weird, because there's lots of ways around your house you can exercise, but then people pay to go to the gym. And some pay to go show off their body and wear skimpy outfits. Some go to show off how much they can lift. Some go for socializing. Like, there's all different reasons. I'm not saying every single person goes for the same reason, but I just feel like there's a lot of things you can do that you don't have to go to the gym. And so it's it's your lifestyle to choose. But but anyways, where the hell am I? Fuck, man. Let me think. So anyways, so on the body thing, that is what to me was go back to where I was, felt strong, felt like I can do things and stuff. And it does take you back to a younger version, but it's not like, I feel like if I have no value if I don't look like a teenager. It doesn't matter. You can go back and be the same measurements and stuff. You're still not going to look like a teenager. You're not going to have a teenager's mind. That's the thing. And so it's not, I keep on, it's not a thing. But what the fuck am I talking about? I swear to God, sometimes I get so lost in this shit. So when you want to change your body and you want to you got to decide where it was you were happy. Like I said, there's lots of people who were really scrawny when they were younger, and then after they had kids, they got curvier and they liked their body a lot better. And so you don't just automatically go, well, I've got to go back to the younger version. I got to go back to the teen version because that's the good one. No, go to where is you were happy with yourself. And then think about, well, go back to that lifestyle. Go back to how you were living then. If you were working out all the time, if you were walking all the time, if you ate less, if you didn't sit on the couch after dinner, you went out and raked the yard, you went out and played fetch with the dog or something. Just get back to that. Tune back into, oh yeah, back then I was doing this. And then if you've gotten way past that, say you're 65 years old and you haven't done much in 30 years, then you won't be able to just automatically go back and just do those things. You will have to build up to it. And so that's the journey, is you're building back up to where you want to be. You can't just jump from thing to thing like these spiritual people try and tell you. Just leapfrog through life and just jump over the shit you don't want. And it's so funny too, because like I said, there's all these movies that show, like that movie Click, that shows that you don't just skip the good parts, and you skip through your whole life. And so the good parts, or the bad parts too, is what helps you to grow. So you skip all the bad parts, and then all of a sudden you're just the same person you were way back there. It's like, well, what the... And then the whole thing about, oh no, you just jump into your best timeline. Like, it's the timeline that is controlling things. No, that's not how I look at it. It's you. It's what you're putting out. It's your energy. Timeline, that's like a God is over us. The timeline, and it is a ride, so it is going, but it isn't the like I can just go jump onto that timeline and then my life will be good. I can have somebody come in and save me, then my life will be good. It's like, you got to make your life good, then it becomes good. It's not just like, oh, my life sucks, but if I get on that timeline, it's going to be really good. It's, you have got to put yourself together. You got to make the best of things. You got to look at a good outlook on things and stuff. And then that is you changing the core of you. You are changing your programming. And that's where you create a new timeline of good things happening, even though everything is always going to happen the way it's going to happen. So you were always going to do that. That was always going to be there for you. It's already set in motion. Everything has an exact moment in time. And so you doing that isn't like, oh, look, I shocked the universe and now I've jumped timelines and they don't know what to do with me. No. Everything that's going to happen is exactly the way it's going to happen. And you don't just jump from being in a crisis and it's just like, I'm just going to jump out of here. I'm just going to throw the ring and jump through the portal and go out of here and go into my best timeline. I would think if you're going to go into some other thing that's going to be trying to teach you the same lesson. It's like, if you're there to try and learn these lessons, that's what you're here to learn. And just because you're running from yourself, you think that you need to fear yourself. Like, first off, you got to start realizing that yourself is who puts you here. Your higher self, you've put yourself here. You've put yourself into this experience. And you keep your focus on it. Confirmation. You keep your focus on it until you leave it. And then even after people leave it, they still become around us. They don't really leave it. They still hang out. They still try and be involved in stuff. Even though they don't, it's not 100% of the time that they're there. You always have people around you, but they can zippity-doo all over the place. And so, because that's the freedom of being out of this density, is that the freedom of movement. Like, oh, and I saw this person yesterday who was in fear, and they were saying that this is, oh, I think it was a chat GPT or something told them or something. I don't know. I don't remember. But so they said that the firmament's the water, which I already said. I said, I think the firmament's going to open, and that is what's going to raise the water, and the ice wall and stuff. Like, it's the boundaries that hold us out of our frequency are going to go away. And I believe that is going to be a part of the landscape changing and the water rising. But anyways, this person said that we, as above, so below. And so we're in the waters, and this happens all the time. They do these resets all the time. And so the firmament's gonna open and waters are gonna join. So the waters down here join there, and then we're just gonna all drown. And so she was saying this stuff, and she's really like worried. And I was thinking, well, if that's how it would go, that must be the part where if you're in touch with your spiritual side and you've let go of the flesh and blood side, then you just pop out of the water. You stay alive because that's where you want to be and that's what you want to do. And you're an energy that can do whatever the fuck you want to do. So, so it wouldn't affect you. Just like when that one spaceman came, or multidimensional man came to try and tell our government things that could help us, and they cut him up into pieces and threw him out and shot him off in different directions, and he came back still put together. We can do that. We can, that's that is who we are. Really, this three-dimensional concept of yourself is very limiting. So there's a limitation where you think that you couldn't do that. You can do that. So if the waters come down and meet, the only reason you would leave is because it was your time to go. Otherwise, you don't have to go anywhere. And I think that if that's how it would go down, that would be a part of lessons, a part of souls, another level of you understanding yourself or existence or whatever. So you could see like, oh, I don't have to die if I don't want to die. But that's also at certain vibrations. It's only in certain games and stuff, because before, in the one that we were in, that when we died, we weren't doing anything wrong. It was, our way out. And it's supposed to be that way. So now we're just going into this other state of being where we don't have, we're not going to be leaving like that. And we're going to have awareness. We're going to know. We're going to have more control over ourselves and our reality. And that's the stuff that we're learning. And that's our expansion and stuff. And that's why, noticing your gifts and what they are. And, being able to see things that aren't there, it doesn't mean you're crazy. And being able to hear people that aren't there and see things that other people can't see and stuff, it's it's just something in you. And some of the things, you already were naturally doing it, but then there's other things that happen in your life. Like to me, I lived in a lot of haunted houses, so I became very aware of ghosts and stuff. And I knew it's more of the energy. God damn. It is the energy. So you are around the ghost and you can pick up on their energy. And so you can pick up on what their deal is. And so you can tell if they are angry or whatever. The ghosts, and they've all been different, the ones I've encountered. And then some place where there's a lot of ghosts or whatever, these like weaker places in the vibration or frequency, then you can have more. Then you can have like I had this one house that was totally haunted. My stomach's just growling like crazy. I had this one house that was totally haunted. It was a new house. And so it was the area. And but it had so many. It had tricksters, it had poltergeists, like they would break my shit all the time. I had to replace the dishwasher like 3 times. I had to replace the washer and dryer. Like they just fuck with shit. And then there was other ones that people saw, like my kids saw a little girl, like she looked like a little prairie girl or something. There was that old man. My daughter and her boyfriend had seen him, and I had seen this big shadow. But there was noise all the time. Oh my God, it sounded like there was somebody moving furniture all the time. And you go and look and you can't find shit. So it was weird shit. Like there would be that one. like my number 4 moved in, and he didn't believe in ghosts or anything. Once he had lived there, then he started believing in ghosts. Then the next house we moved into was haunted by that lady and her energy, but that created like a portal too, because that mirror that that was in that one room downstairs in the basement, that one day all of a sudden there was this print on it. It was so creepy. It was like an animal print of something I've never seen before. This weird ass foot thing, and it was all greasy, and it was huge. It was huge. I just left it on there. I had to show people. It was like, what the fuck is this? And that place was so haunted too. But you can be around it, and they can fuck with you. Like that lady, she fucked with me, and she'd try and shut doors and stuff all the time. She was always fuckery, and then the one that my mom moved into when she got divorced, that guy attacked me. But see, they have limitation over what they can do. They can make you feel like something's really happening. But so I was going to sleep, because that's when they can communicate. That's when they've got more stuff. So when your brain waves are, it's like the same pace or something. And so then he came and he got on top of me, and it was like he put a pillow over my head. He wanted to kill me. And he was always watching me stuff, man. He would be like in this, in all this, because there was a whole bunch of sisters, and everybody was like, some of them were really young, but some, I was like, everybody had the same sense. And so in the vents, he would be up in the vents. You'd always feel like somebody's watching you from the vents. And so, I know, or if he was up in the corner or whatever, but it always felt like it was over in the vents. It wasn't over in that corner. No, it was always over here. And I was the oldest, and I was naughty. Like, I don't know what the fuck this person's deal was, but seemed like a creeper to me. And so I was going to sleep, and he got on top of me, he started suffocating me. And so in my mind, I think I'm being suffocated, but you're really not being suffocated. But that's why I said how they can do things in your mind, and you're in this certain thing. But it's like you have to get this ability of lucid dreaming and stuff. And so he was trying to suffocate me, and it was so trippy. It's like I could feel his weight of him, his representation of his human being. It was big, and I could feel like he was sweaty. I could feel like it was so creepy, man. And I had to pull free and wake like, just like when they're coming at me with their eyeballs, I'm like, just look away, just open your eyes, just get out of there. And so that's what I did with him too, was pulled free. And it was so creepy. Then the one goes, my first real ghost that I knew I was living with was, I was a teenager, and we were, and moved in this house where the guy killed himself, and he didn't ever leave. And there was lots of trauma and stuff at that house. And so he was around all the time. He was there, and he would walk around, like you would hear him and stuff. And he was more of like, just kind of just still hanging out and just like watching over us. He was never like a threat, but he was very scary to people, because people are scared of, like, I hear somebody walking and there's nobody there and stuff. So people get really scared of that. Well, I knew not to get scared of that. So there's lots of things where I was like, I wasn't scared of that. I was already talking to people who I believed were aliens, because they kept telling me all this stuff about aliens and space things and stuff. So I wasn't scared of them. And I was dying to meet. I was like always going and looking for spaceships. It's like, it's like I was looking for Bigfoot and stuff. Like, I wasn't scared of this stuff. And then I see people all being like scared and stuff. There's nothing to be scared of, and there's nothing to fear of any supernatural stuff. And even in that, even when they try and get you like into, because that's also what they showed in that show Evil, how that they could get you in the dream world and stuff. But even if you're encountering them, you just got to push back. You got to get control of, like lucid dreaming, where you take control. And so then they can't fuck with you so much when you know your power back. you know, they're fucking with you, you pull out a goddamn thing, and goodbye. So you can do whatever you want. You can sword fight them. You can jump up on a building, jump down on top of them, smash them. Like, you can do whatever you want. But, you know, they also can do whatever they want. So, you know, to me, I don't want to acknowledge, I don't want any beef. Well, like, I'm pulling out. See ya. Just open your eyes. Just be like, oh, I'm gonna wake up. I gotta open my eyes. I can't be here with you. And but you know, if you get into a beef with them, they can still hang out. They can still keep hanging out. They can fuck with you during the daytime. They can, you know, like you're walking and all of a sudden something's in front of you and you fall, you stumble. Like, they can fuck with you and fuck with you, but they can't really hurt you. It just all depends on what the game is you're playing and what energy and stuff. So anything's on the table. Everything is real. Nothing is not real. So, anyways, I've been talking this a while, so let's just get with it. And look at my hair. My new shoes came yesterday, and now I got 2 bags, so I got 2 months. I think probably, because I for sure, like, this definitely is growing hair. Especially this spot, because this seemed like a total bald spot. And, and I am curious, though, to see, like, how much, like, I may end up having some kind of bangs. But I always had bangs. It's funny, too, because I always had bangs. And I kind of felt like I was, like, hiding my face or something when I was younger, and I had these giant cheeks. So it really cut off, like, these giant cheeks. And so, and it was so funny, too, because I had there was somebody who had told me, like, you should grow, why do you have bangs? Your face, it doesn't fit your face right. And I think I had quite a few people say that. And then, but then when I started not having bangs, then there was like, oh no, you need to have bangs. I was like, so weird. You just can't, you can't please everybody. Just, you gotta let go of, like, trying to please everybody. And trying to, another thing to stop, to let go of the chase of, like, having somebody else's eyes, somebody else's nose, somebody else's chin, because then it's not you anymore. And so, you know, to me, it's so important to learn to love yourself, because then you can accept yourself, appreciate yourself, instead of constantly trying to change yourself, because what makes theirs better? Because some editor of a magazine said, oh, this is the new feature, oh, look how good they look. And it's always when, this is the funny thing too, say, like, for instance, on the Brooke Shields thing, like, everybody had just regular old eyebrows, and then this girl comes out with these giant bushy eyebrows, so she had something unique about her, then everybody wanted to have it. And but see, that gave her unique thing. What if she just would have plucked all those eyebrows and just so she could look like everybody else? But then everybody else wants to have hers, so then the media or the magazines and stuff, see, they start pushing, oh, look at this, look at how she looks, look at these eyebrows and stuff, because everybody else's look like this, but look at these. And that's why you want to keep the stuff that makes you unique. You want to keep your weird shit, you know. Don't try and change it. Just ride it out. Like, be proud of it. Be proud of the things in your face that makes you look different than everybody else. Don't try and become more generic, because then, yeah, we're all just going to look like each other. And what's interesting about that? How do we even tell each other from apart? We're going to start going by our colors. We're going to have our names on our shirts so we can know who's who. It just is, I don't know. Just go with being yourself and being unique. And so on my tooth yesterday, I was really feeling it too. And so it's this part of here is broken back, but it's still, there's still part, it's really sensitive, man. It still is growing all the way down here. So it's still got a ways to go. It's not going to be like, I bet you it's months still. Who knows? Like, I don't want to put that on there. Could be days. Could be hours. But and maybe I'm not doing enough with my own mind to heal it. What I mean, that could be because I'm not sitting there visualizing it. When it very first happened, I was doing a lot of visualization. and it should do that more. Even with my stomach and the scoliosis and stuff, using the Envision, you know, to keep seeing it the way you want it. So anyways, it's still healing. It's definitely not getting worse, but it definitely is sensitive. So if you're doing it, you know, it will feel like, oh, something's wrong with my tooth. Like, it's sensitive. It hurts. It doesn't just ache, but it hurts like if you touch it. So, and then right there, people think like, oh my God, something's wrong. I've probably got an infection. I better go to the dentist. I'm going to have him pull it. I'm going to have him do a root canal. You just got to give it time. Just, you know, give it time, but pay attention. Does it look like it's getting better, or does it look like it's getting worse? Because if it looks like it's getting worse, you probably need more minerals of some sort. And if you don't know what minerals that you need, the mineral salts, you know, has 120 of them. And I don't know how much salt you need of each thing. One thing that I've noticed, and I even started telling my mom, and now she noticed, like she'll get like a cramp. Like she'll be doing something and all of a sudden she'll get like a leg cramp or something. She goes directly to the mineral salts, takes some, and it goes away. I noticed that for myself because when you have cramps, there's certain minerals that you are short of, and magnesium is one and stuff. So I started being like, well, I'm just going to go in and grab some mineral salts. So I started doing that and it started working. So then when I got here, my mom was having the same thing. I was like, get some mineral salts. And then she was like, oh my gosh, it's instantaneous. So, so those are a good place to start. Like if you're just like, I just don't have no idea where to start with this mineral thing. So mineral salts is a good place to start. And the Celtic, it comes in chunks. So you can just take like a chunk and chew on it. And it's not iodized salt. So it's better tasting, but it's definitely salty. So you can put it, like if you don't like salt very much, you can always put it on other things and stuff. So anyways, but you got to figure out how, you know, your own lifestyle, your own intake and stuff. But the mineral salts is still a good place to start. If you are trying to heal and things are not healing, like even if you've got a wound or something, it's just not healing. It's not healing. And there's still so many people around me are just going in and getting parts cut off and stuff. And my mom got there and she said that my brother's doing good. And I said, well, find out, you know, if he's been doing the horse pace. But he is feeding the cancer with sugar. And this is one thing, like with, you know, all of us, like if we've had to put an animal to sleep or something, you know, we always are going to have the best day. They're going to get all the treats they want. They can eat all the burgers, have all the cake, all the pie, eat anything you want. Well, he's kind of doing that. That's not what you want to do. Like if you've got the cancer stuff, then you want to starve it. That is a big thing. Like there's people curing themselves through fasting, and you want to starve because it's all bugs, it's parasites. So you want to starve them out, not feed them. And so, but I think some people get caught up in, well, if it's my last, so I'm going to enjoy it. It's like, well, then you're going to create your last days. So you want to focus on your health and your lifestyle. I don't even know what else to say. Just, you know, it's big. It's a big thing. And so you can have the reason you can't have the health that you want if you don't get it is because it's part of your lessons. There's something in there. So if you're trying to take good care of yourself and you keep having this issue, there's a lesson, there's something there. Like, go into that, you know, try and figure out, like, why does this keep happening? Why do I keep having this? There's your body, your higher self, somebody's trying to tell you something. So that's where you gotta pay attention to the signs and stuff. So you can't just skip over stuff. You have to pay attention to it. So anyways, now I've been talking longer and longer. I just ramble. I'm the rambler. I'm your morning rambler. So anyways, I'm going to go get another cup of tea. I'm glad Stella is, I think that her and I were possibly whales together, and she uses this high-pitched thing for communication, but I'm telling her, like, this is a distress call. You're distressing me out with your distress calls all the time. She's been with this whining, and it starts getting me, like, and this thing, she keeps scratching it and keeps opening, but it has definitely gotten smaller, even though it still is big. but some of those face cancer and stuff. And then that one vet that I like, he he had a dog that got mouth cancer. I keep trying to see, like, is this growing up in here? Is it growing up in here? I don't know. I just keep aloe vera, which I think is really good. I just got her other stuff the other day, so it's not the Ivor, it's the Fun. So I got one of those, and I'm gonna do that. And I put some more of the drops, even though I don't know if it's very activated, but she was being in a good mood on some parts yesterday and jumping around and getting all excited. So, so I don't know. You gotta keep trying all these different things. And so she has the CH in her water, the CHDI in her water. I just got the new paste stuff. So I'll just see. I'm gonna keep trying. I want this thing to completely go away, and I don't. But some of these ones where you've seen them like that, I couldn't believe what happened on Tommy, how that cancer grew. It was about to take over his whole leg. I was like, it's got to be going up into his heart by now. Like, for God's sakes, this is insane. And the vet, when we took him in, she said that he was probably in kidney failure too. And oh, because he was so dehydrated. And my mom said, well, he drinks all the time, because that was the thing. Like, he's still up and walking around and drinking and eating. It's, I mean, it's really hard to decide, like, you're going to go take an animal and put him down when they're up and walking around drinking and eating and interacting. And that's the same thing, like, when Stella's been really sick and stuff, then I'm always just like, yeah, but she's still eating, she's still having fun, she's still doing stuff. So, I don't know. We all have our own things. So, but cancer grows and grows. It's its own. It's weird. Like, I thought it like ate away. Like that one woman, when I was on the cancer floor, that's what they kept on talking about. Like, she didn't go and take care of her cancer, and it ate her boob away. Like, this became like a black hole of, like, it ate her away. This was doing the opposite. This was growing. This was expanding. Like, he had this growth on his leg, and then it was actually parts of him growing and growing and growing. Like, it was weird. So weird. But so, and one of the other neighbor's dogs had one on his face, and he split it open, or was it on his leg? Because I did see one on somebody's face, but was it this one on his leg? And then he split it open running around. So then they had to put him down. So, and she keeps opening hers. And that could be, like, it could be hurting, and that's why. So I keep putting the aloe vera on that. So anyways, but that it isn't growing and becoming this big motherfucking growth that keeps going and receding back. But she has all those jowls too. Like, she's got all that. Like, I would think, as she aged, if it receded and it went tighter, I think she would appreciate it. She'd be able to drink a lot easier. It wouldn't be slipping out the side. So, anyways, it's all perspective. So, anyways, just remember what we're doing here. Because I'm telling you, all the stuff that I say and everything, I'm telling you, the main thing is learning how to love yourself. Learning how to let go of shit. Learning how to become the best version of you. Whatever it is. And that doesn't mean you have to go back and be your teenage version. You can be whoever it is you want to be. And I'm not saying that my best version was my teenage version. I was just kept focusing on before I had kids. And I just had kids when I was young. And because after I had kids, my stomach stretched out. And it is, those muscles are, I want the muscles to be tight. And it's better. It's more better. Like I said, it's like having a girdle on or something when these muscles are all tight. When they're all stretched out and loose and stuff, it's like uncomfortable. It's not good for your back or anything, I don't think. So, anyways, I just wanted that clarity too. So, okay. But what we need to work on is ourselves. And so, becoming the best version of you, learning how to love yourself, and learning how to love everybody, because it's important. And then learning how to have a loving day, a good day. Not just jumping from timeline to timeline, but learning how to make it the best day ever. So let's do that today. Let's make this the best day ever. And I'll talk to you tomorrow and we'll see how it goes. Talk to you later. Bye.